Hey there, and happy Sunday. Well, I'm using my stand, which is doing a little of this number right now. I don't know if it's the fan blowing it or what, because it's got this like arm that comes out that you put the tablet in, and it's like a bendy arm. So you can like bend it to different, however you want it. Um, And this over here looks a little dark, probably just because there's no light source really hitting over in this direction. I'm trying this out, y'all, just to see how it works. But at least it's actually on something and it's not just propped up in a basket, with things propping it up and me sitting there just hoping that it doesn't just fall into the floor. And hopefully this doesn't fall into the floor. So yeah, in case you watched my other video and I was talking about waiting for this stand for my tablet, well, it came today. But let me just tell you, this was a day of waiting. This whole day was crazy. I was waiting for this to be delivered because I saw that it was actually out for delivery. And I also had ordered a pair of shoes. That was Biscuit. I had also ordered a pair of like sneakers that I use when I ride my bike. Because I had it in my cart on Lazada for a while, but hadn't bought them. And I noticed that when I was scrolling through the items in my cart, excuse me, that it was the last pair in my size in the color that I wanted, which is like this dark pink. It's actually, they listed it as fuchsia. I was going to show them, but I didn't bring them over here. So I went ahead and ordered them since it was the last pair in my size, because I wear a size 43 European size, an 11 US. I have boat feet, okay? Like literal, like gigantic feet. And so I noticed that they were out for delivery too. So here I was waiting for this and waiting for the shoes. And I had ordered myself some lunch because I couldn't really go anywhere because I didn't know when these things would be delivered. I mean, they always had this big window of time. It could be any time throughout the entire day that they could come. So I ordered myself some lunch. So then I was waiting for that delivery as well. And then later in the day, my friend Jackie was coming by to drop something off. So I was also waiting for her. So it's like all day long was waiting for deliveries of some sort. But luckily everything came. The food got here first, which I was actually glad about because I was really hungry. Excuse me. And I ordered myself some fish and chips. There's this restaurant that has some really good food. I mean, they really do. It's a Thai restaurant, but they make some other things that are, like Western kind of foods and whatever, But they make really good fish and chips, which is, fish and fries, but it's called fish and chips. But anyway, it's so good. And so I was really wanting that because it's been a long time since I've had it. Because it's a little on the pricey side for Thailand. In America, it would probably be normal price. For here, it's a little more expensive. But every now and then I order it because it really is good. So luckily they brought that and I was able to enjoy that. And then I don't know why it is. As soon as I get on here, that's when my throat starts acting up. Like I have to keep clearing my throat. I am really sorry. But I have to do that because I cannot stand like phlegmy sounding voices, gravelly sounding voices, that kind of stuff. I hate it. So, and no offense if you happen to have that kind of voice. It's just my misophonia that just, I can't stand it. So if my own voice sounds like that, I'm going to be clearing my throat. But anyway. So after I got through with my lunch, I was sitting there and my phone rang. So I knew that one of my deliveries was coming. And it was actually this. I was really surprised. Okay, great. Thanks, Lightning. Seriously? Y'all enjoying the ride? Of course. Oh, hold on one moment. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Biscuit and Lightning decided they wanted to get into a little tiff with each other. And Lightning had come over here and he like laid on the base of this thing, so then it makes the camera go like this. Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, my phone rang and I was surprised that it was actually this that was coming, because the other thing, my shoes, I had actually ordered before I even ordered this. And so I expected that they probably would have been delivering first. But anyhow, so I was like, oh, yay. So I got myself together and was waiting for this to come. And it was really funny because, I was sitting there thinking at the time, I thought, well, it'd be really nice if they could both be delivered at the same time, because I'd really like to just get it over with, you know. So I was like waiting around for this guy to show up. And while I was waiting for him to show up, the phone rang again, and it was the other delivery place saying they were delivering. And so it was funny because the other people actually showed up first before the people that showed up for this. And I had paid them and they were headed back to their truck. And right when they were headed to their truck, the other delivery guy came. So it was like literally I got both things at the same time. But so I was like, well, yay, at least that's out of the way. Of course, I still had to wait for my friend Jackie, who was dropping something off, because that was not until much later in the day when she was coming by. But anyway, I got all my stuff delivered that needed to be delivered, and so at least that was all taken care of. And the shoes fit. I was really happy because even though, I ordered the size that I wear, not all shoes are made the same, and like just clothes, like clothes. Not all clothing is made the same. One company, make a size 10, which I wish I were a size 10 again. But anyway, one company might make a size 10 that fits you perfectly, and then you buy a size 10 in another, some other brand or whatever, and it doesn't fit you at all. It's either way too big or way too small, whatever. So fortunately, I put on the shoes and they fit perfectly, and I was so glad. And they're a much darker pink. I should have brought them when I paused this thing. They're a much darker pink than I expected, because I thought they were going to be like the shoes I already have. And that's why I ordered them, because the ones I have, I've been wearing them for a while. They're kind of faded out, and they're starting to get a little wear and tear because I wear them so often. And so, these came, and I was actually surprised at how vibrant fuchsia they are, but I don't mind because they do fade. And so I figure, well, at some point maybe they'll be, the color that I thought they would be. But either way, they fit and I'm happy with them. So I'm glad about that. And this does seem to be working. I'm really glad that all the pieces were in the box, because I've had that happen multiple times when I've ordered things from Lazada, where I'm so excited because something's coming and it has like pieces that need to be put together, and then you open it up and you take everything out and you're like, where are the screws? It's like, I kind of need screws to put this together and there's not any. So what am I supposed to do now? Hang on one second. Sorry about that. I thought I have to clear my throat again, and I don't want to be just constantly clearing my throat on here. So I decided to pause it. Now, what in the heck was I talking about? Oh, God. I don't even remember. I think I was talking about this stand. Oh, and the not having screws and stuff. That's happened to me numerous times, where I have ordered something that you have to put together and you need screws, and maybe some of the screws are there, but not all of them. And then I've had to get on my bike and go down the street to this little hardware type store that sells screws and things like that and try to find ones that'll fit. You know, it's like you have to take one with you or tell them what size you need or whatever, and, you know, hope that you can find something compatible. And because a lot of these things that you buy have specific kind of screw sizes that you can't just go get anywhere. I don't know why that is. It's like they make specific ones for whatever it is. But yeah, I've had lots of things that I've ordered where it's had missing parts, missing screws. And so I was just hoping that this had all the parts to it. And thankfully it did. And it was relatively easy to put together. And I'm happy with it. It does look like a microphone stand. It's just got, you know, one of those like little arm things on it. So it's pretty cool. And I'm happy with it. I like it so far. So anyway, and while I was paused to clear my throat again, sorry, the traveling disco just went by. And these people out here, man, they just crank their car things up. So yeah, these are the shoes. They may look red. Pardon me again. I think I need some water is what it is. I am so sorry, y'all. I really am. I hate that. They look red, but they're not. They're fuchsia. But this lighting is just, you know, the way it is. So yeah, they're actually, I mean, look how gigantic these things are. They're huge. But they fit perfectly because I have such huge feet. But this is what they look like. And then I brought my older ones. See the difference? I thought that they were going to be this color, but clearly they're not. Totally different. Totally different. But that's okay. I don't mind. They're comfortable, and that's what's most important is the comfort factor, because when you're riding a bike, you need comfortable shoes that are, you know, going to stay on the pedals well, which hopefully these will. I think the bottoms, let me look at the bottoms. Yeah, I think the bottoms are pretty much the same, except for these are black bottoms and these are like brown or something. But anyway, I'm happy that I got them. They're definitely not the color I thought they would be, but it's all right. Sometimes I hear sounds around here and I'm like, what the heck is that? I have no idea what that was. I guess it must have been somebody going by and maybe they were dragging something on the street because it sounded like something dragging. Oh, this is completely off the subject, but someone was asking, because I had a video the other night that I made. I think it was the one when I was talking about fears and doubts. And at the end of it, I was like, you know, sorry, there's like this loud puppy that is out there. I didn't know where the puppy lived or anything. I hear it like every night, but I have no idea where it belongs or whatever. But the puppy's fine. I heard it again tonight and it was really loud. So I looked out the window and it turns out it's this street dog. She has 2 puppies. I think it's 2. I only saw 2. And they were outside and the puppy was yelping and making all this noise, and it was just them. It wasn't a person that was doing anything to them or, you know, anything like that. It was just the puppies and the mama dog. I don't know if it was the mama trying to teach her puppy something, or if it was the 2 puppies just playing together and they got too rough with each other, whatever. But that's what it was. But they're street dogs. And here in Thailand, that is a huge thing. Street dogs all over Thailand. They don't belong to anybody. They most of the time they live in packs. It's like a pack of dogs, and they, you know, most of the time they don't want you coming near them. And unfortunately, because they're street dogs, they end up having puppies and puppies and puppies, and then it's just overrun. But there is, well, at least there was, a few years back, there was a thing called soy dog that used to travel all around, and they would pick up street dogs. They would like use little darts to, you know, sedate them, they would take them in and spay and neuter them and then put them back. You know, it was kind of like a TNR thing, like a trap, neuter, return program type thing here. And they would do that. They would go all around and pick up these dogs and spay and neuter them and then put them back out, you know, so that they could try to lessen the population because it's so overrun around here. I mean, it's crazy. And it has gotten better since they were here, but it's been several years now, so it's starting to pick up again with puppies and stuff all over the place. But anyway, I just thought I would mention that because someone had mentioned in the comments, you know, that they were concerned, I think, about the puppy. And I'm always concerned too because I'm a huge animal lover. And so whenever I hear, you know, a dog or a puppy or something, you know, that sounds like it's hurt or something, I always go to look and see, you know, what's going on and if there's anything I could do to help. But that one, it just, I keep hearing it like every night, yelping and hollering like that. But I think it's just them playing too rough, or maybe the mama dog trying to teach them things or something. I don't know. But when I saw it and heard it tonight, it was just the mama and the puppies, and that was it. So I was thankful for that, at least, that it wasn't, you know, somebody doing something to them. So I thought I would just let you know about that in case you're interested. So, but yeah, so that's been my day today, sitting around waiting for deliveries and finally getting them. And I wish I could figure out something with this. I think it's just the lighting. I really do. I think that's the only reason why over here it looks kind of dark. I think it's just because over here there's not a whole lot of light shining. So I hope that's all it is. I hope there's nothing wrong with my tablet. It's like, oh God, that's the last thing I need. Ugh, because I really need to invest in a better phone. Because that one I've got is just not that great. It really isn't. And I really could use a better one, but to get a better one, it's going to require a lot more money than I can afford to do. But anyhow, I don't know if there's anything else I was going to talk about. I'll probably think of something else after I'm done here, but I at least wanted to come on and try out my new stand, see how it was going to work. And it's so nice to not have it sitting in that dumb basket. Oh man, because yeah, I have it. I usually have my tablet in this, which of course I had to take it out to put it in this stand because you can't clip the stand thing on to the tablet in the case. So I had to take it out, and this case needs to be replaced. It's getting all beat up. It's all pretty though. It's a sparkly pink case. But ordinarily, the tablet is in here, and I have to take this part of the case and put it down in the basket so that it's like standing up like this. And then behind it, stack stuff up to keep it from falling over like that. But at the same time, because the basket was like right here, this part is not very stable. And I kept thinking I was going to be recording and it was just going to go, you know, and then go crashing down into the floor, which would not be good. That's why I thought, you know, getting this stand might help me because it's just not easy. And I mean, yeah, I could use this, and I have used this, you know, because you can use it as a stand. But you see, it's at an angle. So then it's like all your videos are like, you know, especially as I get older and I've got that like, oh God. I'm getting that chicken neck, you know. And so it's like when you're filming from down below, you're like getting all that chicken neck stuff in your video, which is going to be there anyway because I can't help it. But if I can eliminate it a little bit, I will try to do that because it's not pretty and I don't like it. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do something like this, to have it up a little bit higher so that hopefully you don't see quite as much of the chicken neck. Maybe that's why the roosters keep coming over. Maybe that's it. Maybe they keep coming because they think I'm like a relative or something. They see this and they're like, oh, hey, I think she might be a relative of ours. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, and I'm telling you, ever since I started feeding the couple that I was feeding, I swear they're telling their friends and having them come over here. I look outside and I'm like, good Lord, there's like 7 roosters out there. I think I've just started a rooster restaurant or something. And, they come to the to-go window over here because I open up my window to throw the food out, throw the corn out for them. It's like, order up. I never dreamed I'd be feeding roosters and birds and stuff. It's just anybody that comes around, any animals or fowl or whatever that comes around, I'll feed them because I just can't help myself. Hopefully the landlady doesn't get mad about it because I had her coming over. She came by yesterday because she was out there sweeping with this like broom thing. It's like one that you use outside and it's like a real stiff kind of a thing. It's not a typical broom. And I asked her if I could use it to get the chicken poop off of my patio because when it was raining and flooding, they would come up there, especially, well, it was mainly just Big V. He would come up there and hang out on my patio when it was raining and stuff, and then he kept pooping all over it. So I wanted to get that off, and she said, well, she was going to come by later and clean it with some kind of coconuts or something. I don't know what she's talking about, but anyway, and I was telling her about feeding the roosters. I said, yeah, I feed the root, because she said something. She had seen that I had put the corn out for Big V out on the patio out there. And so she was like, oh, you feed the rooster? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, now there's too many come. There's like tons of them that keep showing up out here. Hopefully she doesn't mind, but at least it's over here and it's not over at her place because, it's like maybe they won't go up there to her house and bother them if they know that the food is over here. So anyway. Yep, that's my life, y'all. That's the way it is here in Thailand, and not a farm, I swear. And then I swear I got to get those cows one of these days. I've got to get some video of those cows out there. It really is like a freaking farm, but it's not. Just like A1 is the mall, but it's not. You're probably going, I don't know what in the world this woman's talking about. And half the time you probably won't. Because I don't even know what's going to come out of my mouth when I open it. So we're all in the dark. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. And I look forward to coming back tomorrow with another video. I'm hoping that maybe I can get one done during the day so that the lighting's better and see how it works. Because I was not able to turn this around. I had mentioned before that I wanted to try to turn this around, put a mirror behind it so that I could use the back camera. It's not going to work because of this thing that you put the tablet in. It covers the back part of the tablet. So if I turn it around, the very section where I am on the video, that's the very section that's going to be covered up. So I won't be able to see with the mirror what I'm doing. So, it ain't going to work. So anyhow, thank you all for watching and for being here. And I will hopefully talk to you again tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.